G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Something that I don't usually do is create kind of like instant bonsai, or what the best approach is to creating instant bonsai. Now this little Shimpaku juniper has, it's got some wire on it. It's probably a cutting I did a couple of years ago at least. I've done some bending and twisting in shape. It's got a bit of gin or deadwood here in part of the trunk as well. So, I'm thinking, you know what, maybe we should give this a go and see what it looks like as an instant bonsai. So I'm talking about, let's get this out of the pot, let's repot it as well into a new bonsai pot and do some work, not a huge amount of work, on the tree and style it and repot it and just see what happens. I'm pretty confident this tree should be okay. It's not like we're going to take too much foliage off, and it's not like we're going to be doing excessive amount of root pruning either. I'm pretty sure there'll be minimal root pruning, mainly combing the roots out, repotting it, getting a nice shape into it and into a bonsai pot. It can be done, but just be cautious and do it with a lot of care. So I don't usually do instant, but I thought, you know what, give this little tree a go. It's something cute, interesting. It's going to have some nice deadwood features in there, some nice deadwood we can work with. It's going to have some nice branching. It's going to be a cute little tree. Let's show you the process of what I do maybe to get it into a nice little pot and make it look nice and cute little tree just to have in your collection. Because you should have some of those trees. No, you're not always about developing into more material and new material and twisting and bending trees and shaping them. Free weed. But yeah, you want to actually have something to look at in your collection. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. First thing first is what I do is I try and study the tree. Now I look at it at multiple angles, multiple interests, bend it over, twist it around. I haven't had a good look at it, but what I can see is I must have picked something in here as the front, because I have this branch back here that's been bent and twisted right around into this area. Sorry, into this area here. So it's been bent all the way around into here for some reason. I must have put some bends in it at one stage to try and get it looking more tweaked and twisted up. So this looks like obviously a gin here. Now how do we incorporate into the design? Is that the best front? Do we go this side? Possibly this could be the front as well. In here, there's a nice branch in there. The gin's on this side. We can develop a tree over here. So that's my thinking immediately. And my process is to try and eliminate things that I don't want. So it's very interesting. So I will have to wire this tree. And put some, I'll probably just wire this tree up. Not too much wire, but just enough to get it looking into a nice shape before I repot it. So the first thing I do is let's take all this wire off and see what happens and what comes about. So whilst I do that, I won't film it, it's pretty boring. I don't want to keep this video too long, but I just want to show you guys this is what kind of the beginning of this tree is. Well, it isn't like a bare basic tree that you get from a nursery or anything like that. It has been developed for a couple of years. Put some bends and twists into it. It's a Shimpaku juniper, and let's see what we can create in one go. Alright, so let me take some wire off, and I might just do some deadwood work and then I'll show you the result. Alright, so I'm back. I cleaned up the gin work, the deadwood work, took the wire off, and I've just been trying to study the tree. Now, hopefully you can see that angle. That's one possible angle. I've been trying to understand which is the best front for the tree. I could tilt it a little bit as well. There's possible options there. The problem is this gin is at the back and it loses its focal point. Plus, I would have liked in the future that gin to create some deadwood and shari down the trunk eventually. So I was thinking this was possibly the front. This branch, it looks kind of ugly coming out straight there and then down. It doesn't look that good. The apex is pretty good there, it's in the front, that's not too bad. That was one option. So I'm trying to think which is the better option. Then I've turned it back to this side. where the ugliness of that bend is hidden a bit by the trunk. So, and if I was thinking, it's hard to show you probably, I can't see the front, but that's your front you're looking. If I wire this and put it into that spot there somewhere, I have this little guy just above it that I can create into another little layer into there. And then I can think about whether I want to use this apex or use the rest of the tree or not. I could create this two possible trees. I think this is the front. This nice gin, you can see it clearly. I'll be able to do some deadwood work and you'll be able to see that in the future. So that's what I'm thinking. It's what the future looks like for this tree and what are the features of the tree. So, and I'm hiding the flaws, I guess. That little bump here that doesn't look the best on the other side is hidden now, and the foliage come around. This little branch here can come in, can create a new apex, and you just have a little tree in here. Could look quite nice with all this being gin and deadwood work. The other option is use that, keep that in there as well, and then create an apex out of this as well, but it's all off to this side, so the tree sits almost all in this area. So that's my thinking. I'm going to try and attempt the tree from this front. I like it a bit more, so let's progress with that fact, and it's going to be pretty much now me wiring up and trimming away any unnecessary bits. I'm going to keep as much as I can on the tree. I don't want to take off too much, but if I decide to take that off, then I will. But let's have a look and see how we go. I'm just going to show you guys. This is probably the front. Let me do some wiring. You don't want to see the wiring. Let me wire these couple of branches and see how it all fits, and then I'll place things and then I'll come back. So I'll do a bit of a step-by-step process. Let me wire this guy and then we'll work the way through. So always start with the bottom branch and work your way up the tree, and then hopefully create the tree. So somewhere around there is a front, nice gin feature, eventually nice shari down the trunk. Pretty much why I chose this as the front. Not sure the angle, maybe it goes a bit more further to my right, your left, or does it go back up this way? Not 100% sure yet. We'll see what looks better. But in the meantime, now I'm just going to grab some wire, put some wire on this tree, wire it up, and then start to think about final position and final placement of branches. So hopefully when you come back and see me, I'll have this branch wired and have an idea of what I want to do. All right. Alright, so as promised, I have just completed the wiring of this little section here. Now I'm going to try and cover this up and show you the possible tree there. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see that in the camera pretty clearly. It's actually quite a nice little tree just in that little section. So possibility could be removing all that. So I haven't really had a good look at the above and how we can factor that in. But as you can see, look at that little gorgeous little tree just there. I think it's a beauty. So let me have a look at what I can do with the rest. Maybe I can incorporate it. I'm going to try and see what other tree I can get. Probably you can use it and it'll look nice as well. So let me just, I haven't ruled this out. I think we can still use that. But let me see what we can do. I'm just going to have a quick look myself. Maybe put some wire on and see where it can be positioned. And then I'll come back and show you the result. But yeah, I'll take it out of the pot. You can see the roots, lots of nice roots. Yeah, so let me just get this working and then see what happens. Alright, so I think I've come to a decision. I've taken off the long bit and a few branches up here, and I was trying to think I can squash that in, and it could make a good tree. Could. Just so you know, if I squish that around, you can see that it could make a good tree. So I'm still, even though I want to make the decision to just have that tree, which looks really quite magnificent, I think that is the better tree. I haven't totally ruled out this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire it. I know it's a bit of a waste of time, maybe people think, but sometimes you have to wire it, and then if it looks good, it looks good, but if it doesn't, cut it off. It's a bit of time spent, half an hour probably, just to finish that little bit of wiring, but you know, you want to make the right choice. So that's all I'm trying to do. I absolutely love that little tree. I think that's the best tree in there, but I'm not 100% sure if I remove that, can I use all this and bend and squish it down into here, and it might look like another good tree too. So let's give it a go. Alright, so it became pretty clear that keeping the top was, I think, a nicer option. I always can end up just using this in the future, but you can see it's coming quite nicely. I've shortened it quite a bit. It fits in, leaving the dune at the front. The apex is kind of in the center of the tree. If I tilt it to there, you can see the apex sitting in the front. Hopefully, I mean in the middle. This is just forward. I can always reposition the tree in the pot, but for now that's pretty nice. I think that's come up really nice. So you can see you can create instant bonsai. There you go. Now I didn't remove too much of the foliage. I did probably remove quite a bit in the top. Haven't made too many heavy bends and so on. And it's a good time to repot it, I think. So I think I will repot it. I'm trying to decide between 3 pots. It's definitely going to go into, I think, a circle pot. A round pot. But I'm trying to decide which pot. So I haven't made a final decision. I think ultimately this will be really nice, but I think it's too flat and too big, too wide. This pot's not too bad. I'm going to have a look what that looks like. I don't know if you guys can see that. That doesn't look too bad, but I think to be safe for now, I'm going to put it in that pot. It's just slightly deeper, gives it a chance to recover, and we'll see what happens. That's my initial thinking, but until I actually get it out of the soil and into a pot and try and test out the angles, I'm not going to know for sure. So that's the next bit. I'll see how I go, and once I actually take this out and clean the roots and so on, I'll try the different pots and see what it looks like. So what a difference a day makes. Came out this morning. I couldn't finish the repotting, but I just want to show you the tree now. I was trying to think of this pot, and I got the root ball pretty small. It's too heavy. I found the pot is too heavy for this tree. I did find this little guy, and I was thinking that looks really nice. So I'm contemplating using this little pot. That looks quite nice. So I think I'm going to go down with this path. I'm going to go down this path for today with this tree. The root ball's small enough to be in that pot, and the tree should recover nicely. I think it looks much more interesting. That was way too heavy, so I'm going to prepare this pot and put it in this pot. So hope you guys like that. That's what I think eventually. Every other pot was just too heavy for this size tree. It was quite small. I did find some sphagnum moss inside the root ball, meaning this was an air layer. So you can see what you can do with an air layer. Pretty cool, huh? And this is those ones that I've twisted up in the past and created a tree. So let me just prepare the pot and repot it, and I'll show you the final result. Alright everyone, so here's what I ended up with. So hopefully you guys can see that. I'll just try and raise it so you can get a better view if you look front on to the tree. So I just want to show you with the darker background as well, so you can see. So if you raise it up, you see hopefully at the eye level. If I do that, it's you're coming a bit above it, so you can't see the layers better. So that's a nice little Shimpaku juniper, created from an air layer some time ago, probably a couple of years ago, probably forgot how long ago. But that air layer was pretty much free in a way. You know, you do it yourself, air layer. There's a nice little Shimpaku. That pot, a couple of dollars probably for that pot. Quite a while ago I bought it somewhere. And some copper wire on there. You created a little instant bonsai. Now, my question really is this really instant bonsai? I created this tree in one go to get it to this point, but how much time did I spend developing it though for this moment? So that's my really point today, is that I developed this tree a while ago. I bent and twisted the branch that I wanted to then air layer. Now I've shown you that technique I've done before on other trees, on bigger trees and so on. There's lots of videos of mine that do that. So this is what's happened. So the tree, I had a look at it. You saw the before shot, and you saw how it was just twisted up little Shimpaku, and then it's actually ready for, I thought, oh, maybe give it a go and restyling it, and here we go. This is the result. So you can create, so to get to this point was a number of years, but to actually achieve this was an hour or two of my time. So, you know, you can create instant bonsai if you've done the work on the tree. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little tree. I think I like it. It's come up really well. I have used the top, and I think it looks good. if eventually I don't like that, maybe I can just use that little side bit as well. So two great options there. I've gone for the taller view. Yeah, the missus thought, yep, do the bigger tree, so I'll have to listen to her. So there you go. So that's a cute little tree. I've made sure the trunk doesn't go straight out of the trunk. It's coming, straight out of the pot. So it comes a little bit at an angle, gives it more interest. I don't want to have a straight tree just come straight out. So yeah, there's not too much more to say to this. Fully wired, should be fine. Reduced the root ball a little bit. It definitely wasn't airlouse or the sphagnum moss inside, so I've started to pull that apart and take that out as much as I can. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that little treat of a video. Something instant and quite cute. I like it. Hope you guys enjoy that. More videos to come, of course, and subscribe to the channel so you can actually get notifications of when I put new videos up, and press the little bell icon. See you guys next time.